Hey guys, Anthony, 4x4 Diesel. Another question that comes up quite regularly lately, or all the time, I've noticed anyway, is will the factory jack work once you've had a lift put in? Okay, so that's a really good question. I think not a lot of people think about that, and some people tell you it doesn't. Now, I'll give you all the information I've got related around that, and hopefully a solution. Okay, I think the answer is yes. Now, it depends where you want to place that jack. So the first thing to take into account is, we've got a custom-made storage system, and it's really, I'd like to think it's really smart and well thought out, because I thought it out and got it all sorted out with those cutouts. So, and the reason the fridge is here and you can reach through here and get your arm through there is so that I can easily move this stuff out the way and pop that cover open. The jack's in there, right? Just open up that. I'm not going to do it at the moment because that's more work than we need to do, and it's quite a compact jack, right? It is. So people think, oh yeah, but if you want, get the sucker out and start winding it up and see how far it goes. It does go really far, so it would probably work anyway, but it depends exactly where you place the jack under the vehicle, and there's a number of different options. When off-road, I would actually suggest that if you've got a flat tire, there may be somewhere you can park the vehicle that takes most of the load off the tyre you want to change. For example, the one time I had a flat tyre on the 120, it wasn't a flat, it was going down slowly, and it was all caused by, and I'll give you the other, let's do the other little tech tip while we're at it. I've said it before, but again, maybe not in videos. On the 120s, on these wheels, the standard valve stems, they're a metal valve stem, and they're what do you call it, rigid. They don't flex. See that flex there? They don't flex, okay? They're rock solid. And someone I know, and g'day mate, how you going? I'm sure you're watching the videos and I hope you're enjoying them, and you always wanted the information, so here it is. You know about the fixed valve stem because he went through a river crossing and a rock pressed that, and I think it broke it. He ended up with a flat tire. I had a similar thing, and I thought, oh geez, what's the chances, And I had a similar thing happen a couple of years later where a rock went over the end of it, right? So that's another reason I got metal caps on there, not plastic ones, okay? So there's another little tip. Let's take the metal cap off. If that was fixed, it sort of just ripped through the plastic and it burred that side of the valve over to that middle section, so it was pressing it in and slowly letting the tyre down, right? Oh, here we go, right? And of course it gouged the rim a little bit, but that was all right. So what we did, we got rid of all those, and then we got flexi stems. So that's your first tip, make sure it's flexible, okay? Other than that, I've never had a flat tyre on this vehicle in, what is it? Done nearly 200,000 Ks in it, off-road and all. So, and you probably the same too. Bada bing, I've always used, other than now, these tyres we're testing on this vehicle, always used the BFG, KOs and KO2s. So I wonder why that would be. Same, and I've never, on all the vehicles that come on trips with us, we've done a lot of trips, I've never seen a flat tyre on a BFG tyre, right? And they're the most well-used tyre on our trips, and all the vehicles that I see on those trips, they're certainly the most popular tyre. I've said this before, but that's one of the big reasons why I like them, for the off-road grip and the reliability. So, you got your jack there. What I did, I parked it up so that I cracked the wheel nuts, I picked my spot, I cracked the wheel nuts loose using the standard jack handle and whatever that's in the back door here, right? Then I parked it up and I got the wheel off the ground. I didn't even have to get the jack out, right? But let's presume we're out in flat country somewhere, we've hit a sharp rock, we've got a flat tyre, we need to change it. This is what I've mocked up, right? We'll get the rubber gloves out of the way, we'll get the old Monroe stubby holder out of the way, we'll get the fuel additive out of the way, maybe that's another video. We'll get the spare power steering all out of the way. We'll get the rags out of the way, because you need rags when you do these sorts of jobs, right? We'll get the rags out of the way. Then what do we got left down there is this block of wood, right? That's a 70mm thick sleeper, right? And you can see where it goes, and you can see it's been tested, right? See the deal, right? So it's quite thick. So whatever you've raised the vehicle, it gives you that back and some. It gives you a better base, because you might be in soft sand, soft dirt. I mean, sand you might need more than this, but it's a good start, right? You might put your max tracks under it or whatever you've got, something like that. You can work it out, mate. You might put your chopping board under it, whatever. Just be aware, things that are flexible, they could give and the car could collapse and come down on you, while you're using it. So you need something solid, but this is a start. It's quite small, it's fairly light. I mean, you know, it's probably half a kilo or something. It's free, it's an offcut. I've put 4 screws in there to help locate that jack, because the jack's got 4 holes in the base, right? That way you find a solid ground for that, you put your jack on there, at least the jack can't slip off the wood. You like that idea? I hope so. That's why I did the video, right? So there's your answer anyway. I'm not saying you need the block of wood, but I'm saying it's a damn good idea for safety, because the standard base of the jack isn't very big, that's for sure. It isn't very big. What else is down there? We've got a few other spares down there too. Yeah, it isn't very big, so you need to, you know, increase that a little bit so that it can take the weight of the vehicle, if you know what I mean. You want to be able to take the weight of the vehicle with your jack. You can't just sort of, you know, hope for the best and, you know, worry about it when it happens and rely on other people. You need to be prepared for these things, okay? So easy to get out, easy access. So that and the jack, you know, all we do, we've got a few leads and things, we just move that out the way and the jack will come out quite easily. There's really good access. You've got to think about these things. Same as your recovery gear. No point having it all packed away in this drawer here and you're stuck in a bog hole and nobody can get in the car in the drawer. You need to have it at arm's reach. That's maybe in the back seat, on the floor, in the middle, right behind the console, so you can pass it out the window and say, can you please get me out of here, whatever the case may be. Not, oh, my strap's in the back, have you got one, you know. Be prepared, okay, if you're going on trips. You never know what you're going to encounter. I hope this has been helpful to answer the question, does the factory jack work? I like it, it's compact. It goes up quite high. I can't remember that. I did do the measurements. I don't know if it's 400 or 500 or 460 or 5. It's somewhere quite high. You'd be amazed how high it went. It may not work as well when you place it in the standard jacking points as directed by the manual, but if you were to put it directly under the diff, or again, it all depends where you are, but you need to probably, I think maybe we need to have another video on this. What are the safe places to jack up the vehicle? So if you haven't already, subscribe, turn the bell on so you don't miss that next important video when it happens, and give us a thumbs up if you got something out of that. Yes, the standard jack will work better with a block of wood. And if you travel with a bunch of people, only one of you needs to have that block of wood. One person can have a block of wood, one person can have the blower to blow the dust off the back of the car, one person can have a spare alternator, one person can have a spare starter, you know what I mean? You don't all need one each. One person can have that, you know, spanner kit, someone can have the screwdriver, someone else can have, you know what I mean? Spread it out if you're all together. Anyway guys, hope that's helped. That was pretty good actually. We kept it down to 8 minutes to answer a question. 8 minutes to answer one question. Yes, the jack works. No, there was all that info that went with it. Hopefully you found it helpful. Thumbs up, subscribe, bell on, bada bing. I'll be looking in the comments. Let me know if you had a flat tyre and what brand was it. And don't tell me it was a BFG, because I know you'd be pulling my leg. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Take it easy. See ya.